Good morning, everybody. This is Bernie from Stampin' Up, and welcome back to another Friday card making session with me. I cannot believe we are back at a Friday. I don't know about you, but these weeks for me are just absolutely flying by. And here we are. We are not only at another Friday, but we are in the month of March. I love autumn, so in the southern hemisphere we are officially in autumn, and this is my favorite time of the year. And I thought, what is the best way to start off autumn with a Friday card class than to actually make a card with you that shows you some beautiful warm autumn colors. So I'm going to be showing you how to use the masking technique. And I've just realized I have left out that stamp that goes over there, so I'll grab those in the video. But I also want to highlight the wording that I've used is actually from the Amazing Silhouettes stamp set. So the butterfly as well as the dies all come from the Amazing Silhouettes bundle, and that is on page 40 of the mini catalog. And I featured a card a few weeks ago using that stamp set, or that stamp party, sorry, in the stamp set. But today I'm going to be using the butterfly, and I have been inspired with this card design by a similar card that I saw Karen Hadler make, but I've changed it up slightly by actually incorporating the dies, and these are really interesting to use. So I'll be showing you how to use them, that you get this whole silhouette look. So don't overlook this stamp set. It is quite unique, but you can achieve some gorgeous designs with that. So it is a slimline card, which is quite fashionable at the moment. And we are going to also be using the slimline envelopes, which I also forgot to take out this morning. I'm distracted by the fact that I'm having my hair cut this morning, and it's desperately needing a cut. So my mind is on my haircut and nowhere else. So yeah, let me just focus. So your measurements for your slimline, and if I pop that there, you're going to need, now if you want to copy mine exactly, I used Cajun curry, and you'll need the measurements to be 6 inches by 8.5 wide and scored at 3 inches. And using your balloon folder, you'll just burnish that to get a nice crisp line. Cajun curry is not a color I often work with, and I like to challenge myself to do things, to work with cardstock colors that I don't usually use. And this is one of them. So I'm going to put this on a black mat, and this is going to take some fiddly cutting. So I cut mine at 2 1/11 of a 16th and 8 by 3/16. And if you look at the finished card, you'll see you can hardly see the black. The idea behind that is, if I just put this like that, is that when you've finished, you really just want a very thin border. So, you know, just wiggle your measurements as close as what you can get to that. If you prefer a wider border, go for it. But that's what I cut mine out, and I think I counted it like 3 times to make sure the measurements are right. So 2 1/11, 11/16 by 8 3/16 for the black mat. And then the white that we're going to work on is just your basic white, and that is 2 10/16, and I'm sure everybody is yelling at me now and going, that's 5/8, which it is, and 8 by 1/4 inch. And we are going to stamp on that. I just want to quickly go and get my very versatile stamp. Yeah. All right. So using the, we're going to be doing what is called the masking technique. And for the masking technique, you will need post-it notes. I like to use the reasonably long ones you can get here at the stationery shops in New Zealand, but you can use little ones, doesn't really matter. And honestly, my one was quite narrow. You can see I masked off very little at the bottom. This is entirely your choice, how you want to, how wide or how narrow you want to make the design. So I think this one, I'm just looking at it, I might actually bring that up a bit, otherwise we're not going to have a lot of the butterflies in there. Okay, so going to be using Bumblebee and Cajun, so it's Cajun Craze, not Cajun Curry. I'm looking at the label I made, Cajun Curry. Why have I called it Cajun Craze? Curry, I mean, it's Cajun Curry. And I'm going to be using the butterfly, and we're going to daub. I'm going to use daubers. So I like to, see, I've done it again, Cajun Curry. It's not Cajun Curry, it's Cajun Craze. I like to label mine so that it matches up with the stamp. So I am literally just going to daub all over. There's no rule here. And using the Bumblebee, I'm going to use my dauber and come in with some yellow. Okay, so let's stamp and see what happens. Okay, very good. And we repeat the process. So while I'm doing this, I want to tell you, this week we've had some very interesting little visitors come to our garden. A few weeks ago, I made a hedgehog card, and I told everybody while I was making the card that I absolutely adore hedgehogs. That one didn't come out so clear, but that's okay. We just need to make sure that if that happens, that you're putting enough ink on. Anyway, back to my story. So on Saturday, I was working in my office, just getting stuff done, and I happened to look up and out. I've got some French doors that lead out into my garden, and lo and behold, there was a hedgehog. And so my hubby happened to be with me at the time, so we ran out and had a look, and while we were looking, we realized there was another hedgehog. So we were looking at two hedgehogs in the garden. So I carried on with my jobs, carried on with doing what I was needing to do, and then later that afternoon, we had to do some gardening, and we discovered that there wasn't one, there wasn't two, there wasn't three, there were 4 hedgehogs in our garden, and they're all little babies, and they've been in our garden ever since. So I don't know where the mommy is. I have no idea where the mommy is, but yeah, they're in our garden. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I've done the butterflies now, and because I left my very versatile stamp out, I have to move my stamp case carefully around you and not bang the camera. I used this stamp in my one sheet wonder card. I'm using the font of this, and I've put it on my clear block, and I'm going to be using grey granite. And so I'm just going to stamp on there, and I'm going to stamp off because I don't want it too dark, and I'm literally just going to go over the butterfly. And I might just see if I can get away a second time. Yep. So I'll stamp it again. Again, I'm going to stamp it off and stamp it off. All right. How easy is that? And that's why I wasn't too fussed about the butterfly over here not inking so well. Okay, let's take this off and have a look. So it has a different look to what the previous one does. If you have a look, okay, it looks slightly different, but that's okay. Each one is going to look different, and we are still going to put our words in. So I'm going to mat that with my all-purpose glue. So yes, these hedgehoggies, oh my gosh, I always seem to take the wrong glue when I'm on camera. These little hedgehog babies, they have been in our garden now. Up until last night, they were still in our garden. They are doing this strange thing where they come out at midday. And I know, I can hear you all saying they shouldn't be out, there's something wrong. But they genuinely seem okay. They come out in midday, they look for some food, and then they land up curling up in a little ball and sleeping in the garden the entire afternoon. They land up in the sun and they land up sleeping. So I don't know, they must be happy where they are. They don't seem too fussed. So yesterday I went grocery shopping and got some dried cat food because I'd gone online to do my research and saw that they like to eat cat food. So I thought, okay, cat food it is. So, all right, while I'm yakking, I just want to show you, I'm using the little mini cut and emboss machine to do this because it's so little and these are nice long dies. We're going to be using the Amazing. So this is the silhouette. So this is going to be the darker one. And I'm going to just put it on the Cajun, what's the name? Cajun Craze. Yep, I think that's the one. So I'm just going to line these up. You are amazing. Like that. Now, Stampin' Up are doing an awesome deal at the moment. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe not. I'm just so used to using the big one. It feels like I'm missing something. Right. This is a nice little cut and emboss machine to take with you if you're going away on holiday. And so there you go. We've got the silhouette there. Silhouette there. Silhouette there. And now we're taking the exact same letters, U, but the detail is in the back. You are amazing. I just seem to like to run them from left to right. And I'm doing it on white. So amazing. You are amazing. And I would like to gift this card to somebody that's watching this. If you are watching this in New Zealand and you, let me just, oh, the one thing I do want to mention about these little ones, they don't like paper in there first, so they can be a little bit temperamental. Let me just get that lined up, and they need to be lined up perfectly. Am I getting this? Oh, the line caller, they are a little bit more temperamental than the big ones. Okay, let's try that again. Line that all up. All right. Go, go, go. Oh my gosh, it's not cooperating. Hold on, I'm just going to pop this on hold. Okay, it just needed me just to apply a little bit more strength than what I was doing. There we go. We're away laughing. What I was trying to say is that I would love to give this card away to somebody watching in New Zealand, anywhere in New Zealand. If you're watching this and you can tell me whether or not you've had any hedgehogs in your garden, and if so, how long did they stay and did you feed them? I would love to hear from you. And then the the first person that comments on my Facebook page, I will gift this card to you. I will mail it to you in the mail, or if you are in Tauranga, I will yeah, I can send it to you. Either way, whatever works for you. So comment in the comment box, have you ever had hedgehogs in your garden? And if so, how long did they stay? How many did you have? Did you feed them? I would love to hear from you. So I'm just going to glue the back of this. You can use your fine tip glue if you've got it. I don't. I'm going to just get my tweezers for this because I always get myself nice and gluey. So they're still here. So they're just so adorable, these little guys. Hold on. Where's my silicone mat today? Oh my gosh, just in a muddle I am. All right, so now this is where you have to go. It's not hard, but you just have to go carefully. And you put your word down, and then you place it. I might just leave the tweezers for this. This is where using your all-purpose glue is perfect, because it gives you some wiggle room to move your font there. Just move that G so that it's clear over there. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's do the U. I also want to mention, if you are watching this in New Zealand, it's we've been given an extension of the celebration just due to the huge issues that we had with shipping and getting all our celebration stuff quite later than the rest of the markets overseas. So we've been given an extension to the 16th of March. So if there's anything in the annual catalogue or in the mini catalogue that you like, I would not hesitate to put the order through. You can do that online, shopping with me, or you can contact me if you don't already have a demonstrator. And to the value of 110 New Zealand is a minimum order to get your celebration gift, and it's free purchase with gift, and that excludes your shipping. So your total order can't come to 110. It has to be before shipping. Hope that makes sense. And then the other awesome thing that's happening at the same time with the celebration is that if you have been umming and ahhing about wanting to be a demonstrator, and if you don't yet have a demonstrator that you're under and you have been thinking about this for a long time, I would welcome you onto my team. You would be more than welcome to belong to the Stampin' Eaters team. And then what you do is you not only get your startup kit, but for the celebration month, you can actually choose 2 stamps as well, which is a very generous offer. So we'll put the UR here, and then we'll do the amazing, and we're almost finished with this card. So yes, Stampin' Eaters, I am very much wanting to grow my team. It's part of my goals to do that, and I would welcome you to join me. So reach out, let me know, and we can have a chat, and I can help you through the process. So all of that expires on the 16th of March. And like I say, it's a very generous offer. And don't forget, for the first, I think from the 1st to the 31st, the little mini cut and emboss machines on special, and some selected dies are too. So there's a lot going on at the moment in Stampin' Up world. Okay, I had put a little bit too much glue on that one, but we'll just let that dry. And now all we need to do is we need to do a bow. So I like to just do my bows just the traditional old-fashioned form. So just take it through. Love this gold trim. I like to use it on the I like to make my bow with it on the spools so that I don't waste. Okay. And if you find that these little guys aren't cooperating, then just use your bone folder just to tweak them like they do in the florists. You know, have you seen them with their scissors doing their magic? Similar idea. Okay. It's a bit fiddly and I can feel my fingers have a bit of glue. Right, I'm now going to use a glue dot to adhere my ribbon. So I just stick it on the glue dot and lift, and we're going to pop that into the G of You Are Amazing. And the last, it's just not cooperating today. The last stage of this, come on. Right, I might just cut that a bit shorter. Okay, there we go. Stay. The last step we need to do is put a little bit of bling on it. And I have used, on this card, I've used, if you can see the bling there, I have used the polished dots. So I'm going to use the same. I think it still warrants the same look. I've got a pink one there. I've got two little ones down here. We'll do another little one up there. And we'll do a big one there. Little one there. And voila! The card is complete. So, slightly different look to the original one. And that's because I had a narrower, I made my masking tape a lot wider there. This one I brought up and I've got a lot more grey, but you still see the butterflies and you still see the fact that you are amazing. And you can finish this card off by matting it inside with black and white, and then you have a beautiful card to tell somebody in your life that they are amazing. So do remember to comment if you are in New Zealand. Let me know if you've had hedgehogs in your garden before. If you have, how many? How long did they stay? What did you feed them? And the first person that comments, I will then contact, and you get to have the card that we made today on my video. So thank you so much for joining me for another Friday card making session. I'm still working on my blog. Hopefully that'll be ready in the next few weeks, but it's taking a while because I don't have all the time in the week to do it, so I'm working on it. So that's still where you'll find my projects. If you're not yet following me on Facebook, Stampin' Up, please do, as well as my Instagram account and Pinterest. You can find me on Bernie4128. It's been great being with you today. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And remember, until we meet again, stamp, eat,